Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? Okay, so if you were with me last week, then you know he swerved off the path of doing hand lessons to draw a turnaround of Coco the Clown, one of the early stars of animation from the legendary Fleischer Studios. I'm going to stay on this theme as there's gold in them there hills. So many interesting, cool characters to draw with interesting backstories to tell. Today we're going to draw Bimbo, a dog character that some say was based on, or at least the next iteration of Coco the Clown's dog Fitz. Whatever the case, a couple of facts about Bimbo. He was the first character ever during the silent film era to have a fully animated dialogue. What that means is audiences in the movie theater were encouraged to read Bimbo's dialogue, which usually were the words to a song, and join in. In other words, follow the bouncing ball and sing along. Bimbo was created to be a rival of Disney's Mickey Mouse, and you could certainly see some of the resemblance. He also became Betty Boop's romantic interest in films, which eventually led to Bimbo being phased out in the 1930s after the government enacted the Hays Code censorship rules, as the idea of a human Betty Boop dating a dog was suddenly frowned upon. Oh well. Anyways, like last week's lesson on Coco, we're going to draw Bimbo in a turnaround. What's a turnaround? It's a series of drawings of a character in different angles to get a good overall feel of that character. Anyways, before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. Alright then, let's draw from Fleischer Studios out of the inkwell our Bimbo turnaround. We're going to draw Bimbo step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw him again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. In this drawing, Bimbo is just over 2 heads tall. In other words, however tall his head is, his entire body is just over 2 of those tall. Okay, so let's draw that roadmap for our Bimbo turnaround. So there's our roadmap of our turnaround of Bimbo the dog. Now before we go on to step 2, I want to give you the layout of Bimbo's simple shapes for those of you who want a screen grab. Again, just something to help you envision how to lay out your drawing. Now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the third and final step, to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help you to know where to put Bimbo's eyes, nose, mouth, and some of the other things. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing. So you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay, so let's rough out the features for our Bimbo turnaround. Okay, so there are the roughed out features for our turnaround of Bimbo. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for that final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw on the final details of our turnaround exercise with Bimbo. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work figuring that out. As I often say, I want you to be present, and what I mean by that is you don't want to simply retrace over the lines you've already drawn. As you're drawing those final lines, you want to be thinking about how you might improve them, staying vigilant until the very end. Okay, so let's draw in the details of our turnaround of Max and David Fleischer's answer to Mickey Mouse, Bimbo. And that's how you do it. There you have it, our turnaround exercise using Max and David Fleischer's cool dog character, Bimbo. So how do you think you did? Understand if you've never drawn any pose of Bimbo before, you can't expect to have drawn him perfectly. You notice I don't spend time coloring in Bimbo during this video because I want my lessons to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing the legendary Bimbo. And with that, you can draw him again and again. And by all means, color him when you're done. I promise each time you draw him, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. So I'd love to see your turnaround drawing of Bimbo. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram. And don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. So I hope you had as much fun as I did with this one. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.